Hello, everybody. How are you guys? I hope you guys are good. Hope you're having a great day or night, no matter where you are. Okay, so we have been talking about the Lilly and Jack Sullivan case. Lilly 6, Jack 4, missing out of Lansdowne Station, Nova Scotia, were reported missing on May 2nd. If you have not seen any of our past coverage on the case, please go back and make sure you watch those videos. All right, so let's just talk about the newest update with the case as of yesterday. Missing children Lilly and Jack Sullivan and the people searching for them are facing unbelievable conditions, according to the Nova Scotia Ground Search and Rescue Association. Lilly 6 and Jack 4 went missing from their Nova Scotia home on May 2nd and are believed to have wandered into the heavily wooded area surrounding their home. Sherry Vino, president of the Nova Scotia GSRA, told Newsweek that this area is almost impassable due to fallen trees from Hurricane Fiona in 2022. The RCMP told Newsweek they are assessing and reviewing their search from the weekend of May 17th and 18th in order to plan future steps. The Nova Scotia GSRA has been assisting the RCMP alongside more than 115 people in their search for the missing children. The search started as a wide search of the area, but was narrowed on May 7th. According to police descriptions, Lilly has shoulder-length light brown hair with bangs. She might be wearing a pink sweater, pink pants, and pink boots. Jack has short blondish hair. He was last seen wearing blue dinosaur boots, but no other clothing description is available. Then they just go on to talk about Lyme disease and how it's high risk right now for ticks. A spokesperson for the RCMP told Newsweek investigators and search managers will be reviewing information collected during the searches on Saturday and Sunday and determining next steps. The investigation is ongoing. Sergeant Curtis McKinnon from the Pictou County District RCMP said in a press release, "We extend our sincere appreciation to the search and rescue volunteers who have selflessly given up over 10,000 hours of their time since the search began. Their tireless commitment in truly grueling conditions is appreciated by both the RCMP and the greater community." What happens next? The RCMP's latest search efforts are being reviewed and assessed for future planning. So the search that they had over the weekend, they will be going through anything and everything collected and see where the investigation goes from there. Now, there's a couple other things that I wanted to touch on before I go any further. Okay, so I want to talk real quick. Let's talk about these posts where these particular bits of information came from. So it is going, it's been said that the reason that Malaya left the home was because CPS made her if she wanted to keep the baby. However, that has not been said by police. That came from a Facebook post. Okay. The next thing we have is the Facebook post from the quote unquote neighbor who claimed that they had a huge party there that one night, either Wednesday or Thursday. Again, that was not confirmed by police. That was just from a random Facebook post, just like the first one. We don't know. We don't know if either one of those bits of information are correct. We don't know. These came from just Facebook posts. So, you know, you have to take everything with that happens like that with a grain of salt until it can be proven or there's some type of evidence to back it up, because the fact is we just don't know. What we do know, however, is let's forget about those two. Let's forget about those pieces of information. Let's forget about the Facebook post about the reason that her leaving was because she was forced to by CPS. And let's forget about the Facebook post about there being a supposed drug party there that, Wednesday night, right? So let's just take those two out of the equation just for a moment. And you can still see that something is not right. Now, I'm not saying either one of these parents is guilty, neither the mother nor the stepfather. What I am saying is something is just not right. So, taking those bits and pieces of information away, let's just take a look at what we know for a fact by what was said from the mother and the stepfather directly. So, Malia, Lily, and Jack's mother said this. She said that she was sleeping. She was, you know, drifting in and out of sleep. And the last time that she had woke up, she heard the kids playing in the room next door. She said she fell back asleep after that. And then at some point, she woke up and turned to her partner, Daniel, who was in bed with her, according to her own statement, and said, "Do you hear the kids?" And he said, "No." So she said she got up. They looked all around the house, yelled their names. They looked outside, yelled their names, nothing. And she just got the instinct to call 911. That's her story. Now, what did Daniel say? Daniel said that they were in the room tending to the baby. Lily kept popping her head in around 8 o'clock a.m. was the last time he remembered seeing her. And then when he realized that the kids were gone, he immediately got in his car, drove around checking culverts and ditches. Those were his own words. So, right off the bat, you have two people saying two different things. The two people that were home in care of the children are giving you information right off the bat. What they're saying does not match up. What their stories don't match. She said they were sleeping together in the bed, and he said they were in there tending to the baby. For whatever reason, he does not say they were sleeping. But the one thing you have is both were home at the time. So you have to kind of ask yourself, well, what really happened? And why are the stories different? Why did and another thing is, why did they both? So these kids were reported missing on May 2nd. Both of them on May 4th updated their Facebook profile pictures to include pictures of the children. Daniel's is a whole family portrait with his kids, her kids, and those two, Malia and Daniel. And she updated her Facebook profile picture to be the picture of the two kids that are going around. But it's really odd to me that for some reason they both changed their profile pics the same day, and she had already previously blocked him the day before, supposedly. And another thing is we were told two different stories about why she left. Again, you have the Facebook post going around saying, well, this is why she left. But you have Daniel saying, no, the reason why she left was because our families got into a big fight because her family was accusing me. My family got mad and kicked her and her family off the property. Neither, she has not come forward to say which of those stories is true. Police have not come forward to say which of those stories is true. So again, you don't know. You're just going off of hearsay, right? Okay. Now, the only other information is the information from the dispatch audio, where it clearly states, and I had to go back and re-listen again, but it clearly does state that there is a pink and a blue, what the guy believed to be shirts laying on the side of the road, and also a piece of purple cloth. It could have been pink, but the officer did say purple. So, and then you had a lot of people saying, Daniel said, that's not the kids. That does not belong to the children. And apparently, now again, this is just another rumor. It has not been posted or anything or commented on by police, but there's rumors going around saying, well, that the mother said, no, that does belong to the children. So, I mean, really, I guess it's, you know, I don't know, believe what you want to believe at this point, but take everything with a grain of salt because there has been no confirmation by police of anything. All we have heard from police at this time basically is that they have no reason whatsoever to believe that the children were abducted. Now, it is, let's be logical. It is a possibility that the kids could have gotten out of the house because they weren't being watched. She kept poking her head in for whatever reason. Neither parent decided to get up. The kids went outside. It's a possibility that they could have walked to the end of the driveway and were picked up by strangers. I mean, it's a slim chance, but it is a possibility. I mean, shit like that happens all the time. Just because they live in a rural area doesn't mean kidnappings don't happen. So, I mean, that is a possibility, but police have no reason to believe that. There was no evidence left behind for whatever reason. They don't think that the kids were abducted. So they're running the search like, okay, there was no scent of them anywhere else. They're looking in the woods, trying to see what they can find, because for some reason, I I I don't know what, there's been no sign of the children in the woods, on the streets, anywhere. But it is a possibility. It is also a possibility that something could have happened to the children by accident. And, you know, eh, people were afraid to get in trouble. So something was covered up or something was done. It could be a possibility that, the children were hurt on purpose or something was done to them on purpose. We don't know. We can sit here and speculate till the cows come home, but none of us really know. I mean, and if we're not going to take into account anything that comes out from a local, a neighbor, Facebook post, an anonymous, whatever, if you're not going to take into account anything like that or hold any anything substantial in those kinds of bits and pieces of information that come out, then you really have nothing else. You know what I mean? You really have nothing solid to go from. But I agree. I do agree that you should be able to, have something to back up those statements, whatever it may be. However, there are also times where people don't want to know. People don't want anyone to know. They don't want it made public. They don't want their name attached to information that they're giving out. So say somebody had information and they really wanted to get the information out, but they didn't want it to come back to them, right? They didn't want people to know they were the ones that said it. So you would find a way to put it out anonymously or things like that. So I don't think anything should be necessarily just dismissed without checking into it first. You know what I mean? So I really hope that that's what police are doing. Now, there's that little boy Dylan from he vanished and disappeared from Truro, Nova Scotia, Truro, Canada. Sorry. He disappeared May 6th, or I'm sorry, he was reported missing May 6th of 2020. He was a little boy and he just vanished without a trace. And to this day, he has not been seen or heard from since. So, I mean, anything is possible, right? Anything is possible. You hear horror stories all of the time. So there's really a lot of different ways that this could go. And again, I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but I'm saying just going off of the basic information from the parents themselves, from the mother and the stepfather, something is not right. The stories are different. They don't add up. The mom's not coming out to clarify anything, to dismiss anything, to confirm anything. And we're not hearing from her at all. And that to me is always a huge red flag, because look at, oh Lord, look at that other little boy, Kyron's mother. I mean, she still takes every opportunity she can to bring awareness to her missing child, who is still missing. And she's still fighting every day. And you have a mom that just walked out and you hear nothing from. And that, I don't know. So something's not right there. But again, not accusing, or these are just my thoughts and my opinions based off my research, my speculation, and my perception of the research I've done. Think for yourself, do your own research, form your own opinion. Now, on the other end of that, like we just talked about some of the possibilities, them getting out, them being taken by a stranger. You know, say there was something going on at the home, or the kids did get into something they shouldn't have gotten into. You know, you could say, listen, kids have been taken for parents for owing money, or for which, again, I'm not saying is what happened, but these things do happen. Parents sell their children. People kidnap children. People blackmail parents. Like, these kinds of things happen all the time. So I don't think anything is far-fetched. I think everything should be on the table until you have evidence to start removing things from that table, in my opinion. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so, and consider becoming a member and joining the CNY family. We would love to have you. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. Keep asking those hard questions. Keep spreading that light, and I will see you all next time.